How's it going, guys? It's James from jcfitnessexperience.com and I'm back again today with a very short video blog. Today's topic is an acronym IIFYM, short for If It Fits Your Macros. Now, if it fits your macros, just to quickly cover it, say you're following a particular sort of training emphasis and a nutritional plan, in the sense that you're looking to hit specific targets. Now we're talking protein, carbohydrates, fats. By ensuring that you're reaching these specific targets should then also take care of your calorie requirements. For just the general public, you might not even be tracking macronutrients. So if you're not doing so, then this doesn't really apply. But for those of you that do, look to hit calorie requirements per day, first of all, I'd say not to focus solely on calories, because ultimately different foods contain different calories, and X amount of a certain calorie will have a different impact on the body to a different calorie, such as take 100 calories of spinach compared to 100 calories of chocolate, and you get my specific point that I'm making, sort of the thermogenic emphasis on the foods. For example, protein, your body actually burns more calories digesting and actually metabolizing the protein than it would, say, carbohydrates or fats. That again is also why we look at a high protein diet as the fundamental really for fat loss and other specific goals of yours. But anyway, getting back on track with the if it fits your macros, I get a lot of questions on Twitter with regards to this. And first of all, I want to say that it's not really anything new, in the sense that if you're following a strict diet where you've got the meals that you're going to be having each day already written out, and that's exactly what you're having, and you can't have anything away from that, that's a very rigid and restrictive way to reach your goals. Now, I'm not saying it's wrong, and I say for specific purposes it can be ideal, and I have followed something similar in the past. But what it is good to do is have a level of flexibility. I think many people, including myself, have been there where you are meant to be at an event, but because you're currently really focused on reaching your training goal, you'll be like, oh well, I can't eat that, I'll have to take my packed lunch with me, my Tupperware with me and eat, so I know exactly my macro breakdown. Certain examples of this are important. Sometimes you do have to do that, especially if you're dieting down for a show, things like that. But what if it fits your macros can enable is, like I say, a lot more flexibility. Now, it's not an excuse to just binge on all sorts of things, because ultimately, lots of junk food, it won't fit in with your macro requirements. So, for example, if you're trying to hit 200 grams of protein a day, 300 grams of carbohydrates a day, and say 100 grams of fats, by just eating tons and tons of, foods that are deemed unhealthy, which are, processed foods. So you won't be able to reach your goals of the 200 protein, 300 carbs and 100 fats through all junk food. And I was asked whether I use the if it fits your macros method, and yes, I do. I'm currently in the middle of, I've just started a calorific restriction, trying to lower my body fat post America trip, and I am not following a daily diet in the sense that I haven't, I know what I need to get food wise, and that will be in another YouTube video, my JC Fitness experience. But ultimately, I'm trying to hit certain macronutrients each day, but I haven't pre-planned how I'm going to do that. So from day to day, it will vary. Now, I've got little tips, such as, the amount you need, roughly how many meals you're going to have. You can then divide it up and see the requirement for each meal, and that way you can hit your targets. So I've got some level of structure in the sense that I know roughly where I need to be at with the amount of calories and macronutrient split per meal. But what I do is I use my fitness pal, and I will eat whatever I want on a day-to-day basis, as long as at the end of the day I'm hitting those macro numbers and calories. Now that doesn't mean that I'll eat tons of one type of food, or each day I'll have junk food or anything like that. Not at all. If it fits your macros can be applied to any way you want, in the sense that I will, for example, for breakfast I'll sometimes have omelette or egg whites and egg yolk, omelette or some sort of egg breakfast. Another day I might have whey protein, casein protein. My carb sources might be oats, they might be sweet potato, they might be rye bread, they might be whole wheat bread. The fact of the matter is if it fits your macros, has got this sort of, it's been tarnished in a way. It's just flexible dieting, guys and girls. It's just a flexible way to reach your targets each day without feeling like you're on a diet. So the great thing is, and what I've found in the past with myself, is that I binge if I've been restricted for a long time. Now, some of you will have followed my ultimate anabolic diet. I sort of focused it over the last couple of weeks. They were mainly my video uploads on my YouTube channel. It was good, very beneficial for energy, for regulating sort of cravings and things. But what it did do is I would binge on my high carb days, because I knew that it would be another week until I got there. So instead of having a restrictive diet like the ultimate anabolic diet, I've shifted it to a if it fits your macros approach. And all that means is, if I want a bit of dark chocolate, I'll have a bit of dark chocolate. I'll just be accountable for it, and I'll make sure that it fits into my daily macronutrients. So that's how I use if it fits your macros, and I think ultimately that's how everyone should, and most people do, because if you are eating a lot of junk, you will not hit your macros, so it won't fit your macros, so it defeats the purpose. And having the occasional treat, no problem at all, if it means that you still hit what you've got to hit in terms of your calories and your macronutrients, so your proteins, fats and carbs, and obviously the micronutrients that come within whole foods anyway. So as long as the diet attributes mainly to healthy, wholesome foods, clean foods, then you will be able to also apply this. So consider it. Work out your requirements, work out what you're looking to achieve, work out your macronutrients, your calories, and go from there. It's a great flexible way to reach your goals, and to really not feel like you're on a restrictive diet, because restriction, I don't know how long it will be, but it will be a point where you do end up falling off the wagon, and it's not about that. It's about, like I say, it's about creating a lifestyle. Whatever your goals are, whether you're looking to burn body fat or put on muscle, it should be a lifestyle thing. It shouldn't be for 10, 12 weeks. It needs to really be, your way of eating forever, but obviously adjusted towards your goals and the calorific needs. So yeah, just a quick video on if it fits your macros. I hope it helps. If you need any more advice, any more understanding of it, or ways that you can utilise it, then hit me up with an email. It's james@jcfitnessexperience.com. Alternatively, post on the JC Fitness Experience Facebook page, the Twitter page, James Cooper PT, and hopefully I'll speak to you soon. But like I say, I use if it fits your macros. Majority of people I know use it to very good effect, and it's just a non-restrictive, flexible way of reaching your targets. It's not to be abused, and you'll find that if you do abuse it, you won't be hitting your macros. So until the next time, I hope that's helped. I hope you can implement it into your training journey, your nutritional journey, your health and fitness journey. And until the next time, keep fit, keep healthy, and enjoy the journey. So, cheers, folks.